I have something almost as good as a face hugger. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it when it goes off, but it upsets my cat severely.
I have to
I
ask
can
a lot of questions.
I
Yes.
can see that it's vibrating.
Yeah, it is a tribble, and it vibrates, and it makes the little chirpy noise. That's really weird. And the cats are hunting it whenever it's on. They're both staring at
Forgive
it.
me, forgive me if I have to ask a lot of questions here, but what's the trouble again?
A tribble.
Trouble.
Okay.
Oh, from Star Wars, Star Trek.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So
fine.
what you can't see is I have a cat right here under the camera and a cat on the floor over there, staring at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, nah, that's the entertainment for this week.
Well, I went to BC. That was the news of last week. It took a solid 7 days for my burn to finally start peeling, which I hear is terrible. Um, it
Yeah,
was terrible. Yeah. Oh, it's still red.
you're being
It's
very polite. He's obviously a lobster right now.
Yeah. So did you blister on your sunburns?
everywhere is. It was yeah, my girlfriend's just been picking. Yeah, my girlfriend was just picking at them and
So
took off chunks of skin like
yeah, it's not fun when you blister, like, because I had scars for the longest time on my shoulders because I take a medication that makes me sunlight sensitive, and I didn't quite realize
Mhm.
how bad it was. But you sweat under the sloughing skin, so you get
Yeah.
sweat blisters on top of normal blisters.
Yeah, there's just terrible blisters. Yeah,
Yes,
and
it is.
everything below the halfway point of my thigh, all the way down to my feet, and everything on my arms has just been, as you can tell, this is where my watch was, and this is like a rather tan area already. So like, other than that, I went to go pick up some stuff, and I found a bunch of photo albums and stuff of my dad. May he rest in peace. He's sitting right there on my desk. Yeah, yeah, and yeah. As far as family history goes, really quickly, he had a bayonet from his grandfather who went to World War II, and he was convinced, and his brother's convinced still till this day that it was a German bayonet. And what I don't understand is that it's an American bayonet. I don't know how he got it. No, it's American, and that is a lot of questions. Nah, that's everything. I'm just gonna stew here.
So so my a couple of years ago, my grandfather passed, and my dad was talking to his brothers, and he was like, aside from everything that's going on in the will, the only like thing that I want is father's Luger. Yeah. So I'd never seen it before, but my grandfather was also weird about his firearms. So I mean, I don't know, he had them squirreled away in random places in his house. They were just like well oiled and hidden. So Not even like staged for whatever usage. They were like stored in places to make it hard for the government to take his guns.
Yeah.
Uh, and like in his office where he had all these different piles of old X-rays and stuff, at the bottom he had a shoebox that just had a pile of handguns in it. Like grandfather was a little bit weird and a bit of a pack rat. So my dad has this whole thing. This drama goes on for like 3 months. He wants all like out of all the things that the family was divvying up over in our whatever and ancestral land. He just wanted to go back and pick up his Luger. And he had it in his mind. I was like, well, when's the last time you saw it? Like, do you know if it's still there? And he's like, well, last time I saw it was when I was a kid and we shot the thing. And I was like, okay. Like, are you trying to sell it or keep it? And he's like, no, I definitely just want to keep it. You know? So there's all this drama. Over the course of a few months, he's frustrated, arguing with his brothers about like, no, I want this Luger, whatever. And eventually, one of my uncles says, all right, just come on up and we'll go through. I have all of the weapons. Like I think I found all of them. They're in my gun safe. There's like 40 of them. Just come, you tell, I don't know, like what you're telling me exists. I'm not seeing any here, but you're more than welcome to come look at, our father's guns and take the one you want. So he goes there. I don't go with him. Uh, and he comes back and he doesn't talk about the Luger. So I go and I'm like, so tell me about this Luger. Did you find it? And he said, I did. Okay. With this whole conversation about, grandfather's Luger from a buddy from World War II. It's like, yeah, I don't know. This is it. And he hands it to me. And it's like, it's an older weapon. It's definitely not World War II old, and it's a 22. It's definitely not a souvenir Luger. And he was so upset that he was so convinced that it was a trophy weapon. And he had spent months arguing about this 9mm German Luger, and they were looking through and like, we cannot find a 9mm German Luger, like we just can't. And he had built this whole thing in his mind about remembering a swastika on it and everything. Just talked himself into this certainty that just did not exist. So that was fun. Speaking of World War II trophies that weren't what they were advertised as being.
But the
I don't
magic
know.
was there.
I don't know. A lot of the 80s movies that I remember enjoying, I still enjoy.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends try to get me to watch 80s movies. I have a list of 80s movies I now no longer like. I never liked ever. Like they finally got me to watch them, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this entire director. They can take all their movies and go away. The problem is, it's Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Those, yes,
But I
don't like
still
any of
enjoy
them.
those.
I don't like the day in the life of style movies. And it's the same way I hate the shaky camera horror movies. The shaky camera style effect makes me want to puke. I don't have motion sickness with anything else but the shaky camera effect.
There are so many great movies that require the stupidity of certain characters in order to be a plot that I'm totally okay with.
Like Jaws.
Yeah, right? Like
Jaws.
Jaws.
Tremors. Um,
My my chosen slasher is Jason Voorhees, and those movies don't work without morons. I mean, you need the overly curious, you need the horny couple. I mean, they're all there. It's a formula. It's a fun formula,
And
and I
none of
still
them
enjoy it.
listen.
Was it
Ever.
Cabin in the Woods? I think was the
Never
one
had
that
sex.
you're safe. Scream is another one that I really liked. Uh, it's just pretty good.
I'm just adding a skill or two. Mostly the second part, but really I just clicked on the button for the roll close quarters for no reason by accident. Not yet.
Wait. Well, I'm high, and I'm still overkilling. So if you'd like to go ahead and start a combat encounter.
Matthew Warren is. Yeah.
Dude, you should be
My
automatically
man
including
Warren.
everybody standing outside. He is inside the
For
building
his
now.
own
He was
for
shoved
his own
inside the
safety,
building.
yeah.
He should be pretty dead.
Yeah, that dude is super dead.
He's really dead.
Like extra dead.
He's gonna be reborn without a face.
You should be Watts Warren and Pike outside.
Yeah.
There's.
That is
I
a
wonder if
lot
the
of
dice gods
actions.
like Pike today.
Look at the initiative tracker. I don't know if the dice gods are going to be relevant. Yes. Warren went dry. He's
I get to re-roll, by the way.
I know,
Fast
it's like it
reflexes.
comes up every time.
it's giving you tiebreakers. I guess it'll be 7.1492.
Warren.
No, it's Warren. He's at the bottom with 9.142. Or one, yeah. 9.1492. Warren. Oh, you just changed the 9 to a 7. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, sure.
That's that the only thing speed does is say how many times they're in the initiative tracker. Changing changing a zone is a fast action. Changing a second zone is also your slow action.
I see them catching up to us pretty fast.
Mm-hmm. Pike is yeah, Pike is still on the roof. So he was in this zone. So that's fast and then slow. I mean I don't think so, but it's that's your decision.
Yeah, you skipped his turn.
I think you might need to give the tokens nicknames so they're not all the exact same name.
Yeah,
Then
position
he goes right
position
away.
4 is a guy that's on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
And
be
then
that
it's
guy, but
Watts.
the okay, so neophyte the second and third round.
Second and third position are the same one.
Yeah. So he can technically attack me, but I don't want to be that guy.
No, because he had the he had to double move to get to you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Let me see. I think Watt still has his clip of ammo. Let me double check. No, I think yeah, he's on his last mag of ammo right now. It's in my friend's like it's in Warren's grill, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is he in engaged range with Warren?
We ran right up to him, so I think
Can Warren see these two over here?
I mean it's happening in the
Or
same
excuse
round,
me,
but
can Watts see the two that are over here?
But it's not like BattleTech. It's not simultaneous.
Okay, so he creeps around the corner a little more, and he chucks a fire grenade at those two.
I mean, you should be able to shoot the firebomb grenade.
Yes.
Wow. Everybody in the same zone, our stress goes up by 1, and it does stop the firebomb from going off.
Ooh.
The next round can act normally, but right now, instead of throwing the grenade, instead has to spend that action breaking contact. Well, the egg doesn't break contact, Watts does. We've established that as much as the egg wants to be doing things, it's jammed in a tiny tube. So
Yeah, it generally works that way. No, Watts would go inside the building. The door is open. Yes. That's where he just shoved random dude. Yeah, can I just say, can he talk to Winston? Dude, there's 5 of them. 5. 5. He is not.
All right, we're back to one of the roofers. Yeah, I'm in this zone. And then he gets to make a roll. Yeah, I see 2 successes. I am gonna roll to block.
Oh, private roles.
Yep. Oh, yep, I'm gonna set this back to public. I didn't notice either. Yeah, so I rolled 3 successes on my block. I'm still overkilling, so panic rolls are relevant.
Three successes.
Well, he can try to give up his fast action to roll the block.
Well, I'm gonna have to. You rolled 3 successes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
I'm
can
gonna
push
want to
that.
push that.
So now he needs to make an armor roll for the damage. Wait, it hit, so it's still going to do the drag, but we need to resolve the damage. So he makes his armor roll.
I just click on armor.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He takes 1 damage.
Oh,
So it doesn't cancel hits. It has a success left, so it's 2 damage.
so how many damage do I take?
One damage, and then which zone does he get dragged into and drop his empty rifle?
Yeah.
Where he is prone. Yeah, he's prone and needs to make a panic roll. Warren's keeping it fucking chill.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Do I roll my 1d10?
Mhm.
Oh, that's great. Yes. Okay. What does it take to get up?
Movement.
I kind of want to just draw. I just kind of draw my knife and go for him, but like I don't really need to get up for that, do I?
Nope. And it doesn't get any bonuses while you're prone. It's just a movement limiter for you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go for it with my knife. I'm going mano a mano. Yeah. Oh shit. No.
Yep, the first one is keeping it chill. So you probably want to clear your panic condition because I don't think you had one yet.
No.
The other roof boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my other action to block that. Because otherwise that's a jugular. I'm going to push that. That's 5 successes, so I don't get throat torn. So my turn, I can't do anything. Yeah. And uh this is grim, guys, because next initiative order, each of them is going to attack me 3 times, and I can only block twice. So unless they get incredibly unlikely, Pike dies next round, guaranteed.
Yep.
Also, Warren is probably also guaranteed to die.
Pretty close.
This might actually kill all of us. I mean, at this point, everybody knows. Like the only
The only person who might not be as aware right now is Wescott, and that's because she's trying to prevent a ship from nuking us off the face of the planet. Trying not to let us get nuked off the planet.
where does that one go? I mean, Pike is the closest thing to it. Warren is the only other person it sees.
And then it's him again. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna say what's down now. On this one.
Yeah, he mag dumps it, but he has 4 successes. It is.
Yep. I'm out of ammo.
5. It's 5 damage. Mhm. 4 successes with the
place.
base of 1. Okay, then it's 6 damage. It runs away. Oh, I'm overkilling. I just need these 2 to roll that 5 more times.
Yeah.
Between the bloodthirsty overkill and the drugs, he's probably excited about the prospect of killing this thing.
Warren.
I hope it's
Second turn.
Yes.
Can I intercept?
If it fails the mobility roll, you can make an attack. But it succeeded, so it gets to get away.
Hit.
what Watts hops over into this zone right there because that's where the door is. Can he see the ones up here? Okay.
I'm engaged with both of them.
Am I standing in the same zone as Pike?
Yes.
Mhm.
I
We're
really want
all-
to throw a grenade.
Oh, I see what you're gonna
We're
do.
all in the zone together. So
I kind of really want to throw a grenade at it, Pike. I think you and I might survive with second wind.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
From
Our
a
suits are
tactical
gonna suffer.
metagaming
I think those two are
perspective,
on the
I
line,
think
too.
that's the way to go. But I'm not sure if that's how Watts would actually think.
Right? So would Watts A throw blow himself up? And B,
here?
would he blow up Pike? Well, these are engaged with me, so they're in our zone.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, you're his buddy. He wouldn't blow you up. He'd try to save you. So yeah, I guess he is shooting them, the one he can see. Well, that is all of his ammo. He is now completely empty. And
And he gets to roll again. And it's going to be guaranteed to be worse than seeking cover. Oh, yes, you're running. Because
how is
why
that
it
possible? I rolled a 6 and he has 7. It should have been a 13.
He has talents -2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it should be. It's probably mapping weird because of the Iron Will.
I think seat cover is the highest one you can get. Is it?
No, a 15 is going catatonic.
Oh, I see.
So does that prevent his
He's
action from going off?
Yes. Which
Cool.
means he's
That
not
means
out of
he didn't
ammo.
that means he didn't dump his last clip of ammo.
But everybody with a radio has to make a panic roll. I mean, I guess that's up to you, but like in the
I would
movie,
say
they were
they're
constantly
alive.
chattering. Sure. I mean, what's more cinematic to you? Makes sense to you cinematically. That's really what it is.
Warren did it. Yep.
Wescott rolled 2. So I mean, we already made the roll, so
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Time for another attack. Yeah, I'm gonna try to block that one because that's instant death.
Oh yeah.
No, thank you. I would like to not insta die. I mean, with the number of attacks coming in, I've decided that I will accept making stamina rolls for a bleeding jugular. I'm only gonna block instant death. Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think because each of them made the one attack last round that I blocked, I feel like he was ducking and weaving those claws, and as the tail goes up, he just reaches up and slaps it to the side. Yeah.
Good luck.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking at the blocking rules right now because I'm trying to figure out desperately how to do some damage here and not just like block till I die. So each success roll for the blocking roll can be used to cancel a success to reduce damage until it eventually misses. For each success, there is a stunt for this for counterattack. So it's in the book. Okay, so he rolled 3 successes. So 3 of mine needed to be spent on not getting gibbed, which left me with 2, which I will put into counterattack because disarming them does nothing. So I hit him for 2. I hit him for 3 damage. I punch his tail out of the way. 3. So he gets to make an armor roll. Yep. I I just scrolled back up and I missed out on some free damage because I totally forgot about this.
For 1 success.
So if the attack causes damage, I'm not going to block. I'm going to roll armor. All right, so I take 2 damage and I have a ruptured jugular critical. There's a table you can drag and drop it, but I know what it is, so. I don't have to do anything right now, but at the beginning of each of my turns, I have to make a stamina roll to avoid bleeding out. And if I fail the stamina roll, I die.
Hopefully you have a good stamina roll.
It tasted blood.
Yandere?
Well, Watts failed that panic roll, right? So the shots didn't happen. It superseded the shots.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's still going to be on me. They're pack hunters. Watts didn't successfully make a lot of noise. He failed to shoot his gun.
I screamed a lot.
Oh, right, he screamed. All right, let's get that mobility roll. Let's get that mobility roll. All right, and no, but he did have to climb down from the roof, and that's been a movement to go up or down the roof. So that would be a double move to get to. Well,
Can I? Yeah, well, I don't have a gun. What do I do to throw a knife?
uh,
Yeah. So I move into zone.
we feel like that's a ranged attack roll.
It sounds like it, but is it?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3.
That's hilarious.
Uh,
I would
it's
look, but I dropped my knife earlier.
it's let me see here. It's 2. It is 2.
That's 5 damage.
I'm not even gonna push that. I don't think. I don't need to push that, do I?
I don't think it's worth risking panic roll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna huck my knife. Yep. Yeah.
What's its acid rating? Thank fuck. Because the way the acid works is you take that rating number and then you add the amount of damage that was just done to it, and that's the acid dice pool. And that was a pretty good dice throw. So
I thought, well, something's gonna happen otherwise.
So, I mean, as long as you don't bleed out before someone can fix that.
I'm praying that that 18 dice will not let me die. They very much can, and that scares me. But yeah.
Yeah. Read on.
Tail slash.
Well, seeing as he had to move up and then failed, he probably can't block it. So
I don't think he has any actions left yet.
Mm-hmm.
no.
So you just have to right click on instead of left click, so you can do it as armor piercing. Two.
How much damage is it?
It's 2. It's 3.
So I take.
base dice plus 2 damage. It's a 2 damage attack. So with one,
So I take 1
you only
damage,
have 1
right?
success. Two successes on armor means you only take 1 damage.
Cool. I go down to 0 hit points. Do I roll
critical.
crit?
So you are, yeah, but you are out of the fight.
I second wind.
Roll stamina.
Yeah.
Heal 2 health. There's no, you don't have to make a panic on a stand-up room. Yeah, you heal 2 health, and you have you go to the ground and stagger back up with blood in your eyes.
Or die. Yeah, he's
Well,
good.
that's good.
So with 4 successes, there's like blood all down his side underneath the ruptured suit, and he does not care that his jugular is torn open. Until this gets treated. I have to do it. If during combat, I have to do it at the beginning of every round. So, all right. All right. How can I?
Doesn't Pike still have a gun?
Yeah, he does have a gun, and this one did not splash him with acid. So he's gonna look at this one. He's gonna look at this one, and he's gonna shoot it because he's not worried about acid splash.
And that one's on damage, is he?
Pike has a freaking sniper rifle, man. I don't think we're concerned about that.
No, he.
No, he probably doesn't.
I'm going to use my my movement to unsling my pulse rifle, and then I will auto fire my pulse rifle. Yeah, I'm taking a point of stress because I don't have machine gunner, which just means I get another die to attack with.
Oh my.
Well, that's 3 armor piercing damage. No, I'm still out of ammo. But yeah, so the 3 art, yeah. I mean, I've also shot this gun a few times before, so I'd probably just finish off the mag. I mean, you could just make it invisible, and then anything that's grayed out, you just skip over.
Yeah. So I want to argue that moving to this spot here would only be like a slow action or something.
Well, I could treat in moving from inside the building to moving outside the building is one. That's one zone, and because the door is basically on the line, it's hard to say where it is.
Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna move out. Second thing is that the Armat was out of ammo, so I would have wanted to have the 12 gauge shotgun out at some point, but I'm not sure if I have enough time to do all of that out.
It takes movement to pull out a gun. You can't give up your attack to be another movement, so you could move and pull it out.
Okay. Okay. Give me a second. Yeah, that's pretty much my whole thing then. Yeah.
Watts. You know, we're just gonna generate a spreadsheet name, a spreadsheet of like W names, right? After this. Pike has to, I think.
Pike is overkilling. Dude, Pike has another gun with bullets in it.
I would
So-
like to pursue understanding the situation, but I don't think I have the speed for that eventually.
I get down with one movement. Wait, well, hold on. I'll wait till you tell me it's my turn.
We're still in initiative until we stop Pike from overkilling.
I also would like to call out, only because I remember this module, that we changed the IFF so we don't get shot at by security systems on the base. But they do not have any such luck, and they just ran in front of a sentry gun, which I'm pretty sure will just kill all three of them. They just ran in front of a sentry gun that's just gonna blam away at anything that moves.
Oh, nice.
Well, we had the first one hop over the wall in front of the gun a round earlier. So the sentry had one target to shoot, so it killed that. And then the second one hopped over by itself and gets shot at, and this third one ran over by itself to get shot at. So they didn't go at the same time. They just like strung themselves in front of a gun. Right, this one ended up with a pink dot. What do you? I don't know what you mean by.
Just mark them as dead. Just do this. Just kill them. Okay. Hmm.
It has its own dice pool to shoot with.
I argue that they're all dead because one went by itself, the second one ran right into it by itself, and the third one ran into it injured by itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it has its own ranged attack dice pool. It's armor piercing and long range. I mean, I can look it up for you if you want, but they're just running in an open field kill zone in front of
Death.
an automatic weapon that does not experience recoil. So
So what? Staccato burst.
That's great. Yeah.
Pike will hop down. He'll,
Winston is probably looks over at Pike, see the blood spewing out of his suit, and go running in that direction.
Yeah, that's gonna.
uh, Pike just casually walks over and says, he's not running, he's not panicked because he's coming off the overkill and he's super drugged up. He just points at his neck and says, "Medic."
All right, what's inside? What's inside now?
I would have taken the knife out of this one and brought it down so as Warren gets closer, I can hand him his knife back.
Yeah. Whatever rusty remains of that knife is.
But there
All
was no
right,
acid. But I hand him
that's
the.
right.
Alright, well, I hand him the knife and I give him an attaboy.
Nice. All right, medical aid, I guess.
Yeah.
First aid.
There's let me check the critical table real quick because some of these have penalties to your dice pool. Ruptured jugular is a -1 to the dice roll. -1 die. Which
-1 dice.
even if we make it automatically cancel a success, he still succeeded at the roll anyways.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. I'll take a stress. No, I just re-rolled it because of the -1. Yep.
Acid blood etched.
Yeah.
It will take 5 days of medical care to take this critical off my sheet, but I don't have to roll versus death.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm assuming
And every day of care that I get will reduce that by a day. So plausibly, Pike might be able to get over having his jugular torn in 3 days.
All right, what's the plan?
do you guys come back inside real quick? So you're not standing with the open suit out in the middle of a radiation land?
I mean, you and Pike are the only ones that know that we're on a time limit.
But you would know you don't want to be standing outside with a torn suit.
I mean, we got some time, and we.
Winston knows that you shouldn't be standing outside with a torn suit.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that'd be part of the medical aid role he did was to like dress it and then tape over the suit.
And then Watts is just sitting there going, I can't see shit. I can't get it off. I'm assuming he has splatter all over his helmet. Like I
Can I
can't, and
help?
he can't. He's just sitting there,
Yeah.
and he can't get it off.
Yeah, you can roll to deal with a critical.
Yeah.
Okay, so blood in the eyes. Yeah, blood in the eyes has no healing time. So you just like go inside and close the door, take the helmet off, and you can wash out his eyes for him and make that go away.
All right, cool.
I look over at Bayback. In Warren, I take my last pulse rifle magazine and I give it to Warren.
Oh, nice.
And I
But I
just,
also dropped my rifle, so I don't know where it is unless I pick it up again.
I mean, you dropped it like here, and you just walk. No.
No,
It
Warren.
was when he got dragged into another zone, the things in his hands were left on the ground. But I mean, they
Okay,
probably.
so I find it.
Yeah. So I give you the. I
I
give you
remember
the
where I got dragged
magazine.
off from.
I sling my now empty pulse rifle onto my back, and I have the DMR on the front. And I say, "All right, Bayback, you and Warren are with me." Yeah. Yeah, those little guys weren't strong enough to tear my head off all the way. We'll be fine.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. And I tell Warren, I'm like, all right, like if there's more stuff in the building, his life is mission one. You save him and leave me behind. It's Luke. Yeah. That's that so I take Warren with me. And when he gets back, we'll go check out this building.
I'm back.
Because Watts is busy getting treated for getting slammed in the face.
Yeah.
I think Bayback wanted to go into here. Do you want to drag? You want to put Warren's token at the back so Bayback's in a marine sandwich?
There's multiple Warrens.
I only see one Warren.
Okay, give me a second. Oh, there he's gone. He's gone.
Lamps. Nightlight. Nightlights. So like 1 in every 8 is on.
Is that what we're here for, Doc? All right, go ahead.
Head sized.
It's in a containment thing right now. Can I just take this containment thing with us?
Not for a 24 strength.
Yeah. I look at this pedestal and I look at the containment unit and I look at the doctor and I say, you have 2 minutes to brain your way into removing that and I'll carry it, or I'm going to rip this pedestal out of the floor. Because we got other shit to do and I want to make sure we get this mission done quick. So see if there's a smart way to do this before I get rough. I'll I take the I take the rack with the injector pistols in it. I presume they've got like caps over the needles and stuff. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there's no exposed needles. Yeah, I just take the rack and just pick it up and stick it under one arm.
I figured you would have just dropped, like, opened the bag, drop them in the bag, close the bag.
Well, my bag, the flap of my bag is currently underneath a jiggling tube of alien egg. So, but you know what? You do make a good point though. Like
Warren.
I take it off the table and I hand it to Warren and I say, put this in your back. Okay.
I forgot that it did that. It's so weird.
Awesome. And I get on the radio. Um, let's see how. Yeah, we'll just keep this basic. Winston,
Roger.
ask our
I
ask
had to
our
unmute.
ask our guests if there's any land vehicles in the facility.
Okay. English. Okay. Okay. That's great. The garage. Warehouse? Vehicle garage, right here.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm assuming it's a nuclear device based on the radiological warning.
Everyone open fire. Ooh.
I remember when you and Pike had the private aside about the incoming, the imminent timeline, that
Mhm.
we agreed we were not telling anybody else about the fact that we were expecting nukes, but Pike wanted to know. Yeah, but Pike asked to know when they were in the air and when it was too late for us to get out anyways.
Click. Sergeant Pike, they are in the air. Click.
Roger. Uh, Watts, I need you to meet me outside the assembly hall.
Got it.
And I will, as a group, we will scoop up to here so I can send Warren and Bay back into the building and take Watts with me. And we'll go to the vehicle garage and try to fix a truck.
Oh, that's great.
I'm just gonna walk over here with
Yeah,
Watts.
we walk in here together and we're gonna sweep the building and then try to fix a truck.
Cool. So
Warren has a piloting skill.
I'm assuming I'm gonna use observation to see which one looks like the most likely one to fix.
I think it'd probably be a heavy machinery roll. Because observation's supposed to be for danger.
Oh, oh. Okay, heavy machinery then.
Yeah, we're in the garage. We're finding stuff in the garage. Mhm. Yeah, Pike is strong, but not that strong. Okay, so I feel like in order to make this faster, I can set Watts onto the Comtech task, and I'll do the machinery task. How does Watts feel about that? Can he Comtech? He's infinitely better than Pike.
He has no points in Comtech, just wits.
So I'm hoping that, like, because Pike is so juiced, that he can greatly speed up the mechanical portion, because that's the heavy part. So stringing together batteries shouldn't take too much time or effort. It just requires skill. So if we both,
I'm scared to roll.
I mean, I look at Watts plainly and I say, can you do this in 10 minutes?
He
Yes
runs
or no?
over. Yes, let me go get some stuff. He runs over, steals Wescott bag from her, and runs back. Because he can use her equipment to help him. Well, the +2 die roll, the at least +2 die roll is worth it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do the heavy machinery roll while I'm on drugs.
Drugs good, okay?
I'm not. I have to roll it. Trying to think with how. Okay, so I went back into the building and I dealt with the medical care. Would I? So that would have taken a stress off. And I'm thinking because we were in there long enough to do the medical care. So Wescott had time to make a command roll. Because I know, like Wescott had been concerned, and you've been talking about doing it for a while. So, okay, so that would have cleared. That would have cleared that condition. And rolling a 7, I think it's just like -2 to agility rolls.
Well, if she's using counselor, each success knocks a point down in addition. So it's you reduce the stress +1 extra for each success.
Well, wait, we weren't. That roll wasn't to reduce my stress. It was to cancel my panic condition.
Oh, then
which is more
yeah.
important. -2 to agility rolls, isn't it? Oh. Oh, so that's I gain a stress. Okay, so Watts takes a stress. I take a stress. That's my panic result. So I have the 2 successes. So the first I succeed at the task, and the second I will use to do it in half the time. So I will not be the speed limiting factor unless you also get 2 successes. And then we can just be like legendarily quick at scrapping and fixing trucks. But I was
Yeah.
good. I'm not the
So
Comtech one.
I would
I
have
fixed
rolled
the
Watts'
mechanical
what
things.
Comtech roll now.
Yeah, you can spend one to cut the time in half too.
Yes.
What is
No.
We succeeded.
We succeeded.
I mean, we can only spend to reduce time once, and it cuts the time in half. I mean, I guess you could show off.
5. Wescott turns off the security turrets.
I mean, these are going to be recognized as friendly.
I'm not shooting myself in my ass with a fucking security turret, okay?
Okay. So how long did after our time cuts, we went from what, 20 minutes to 10 minutes? Because we didn't have the time? Okay. Well, that's long enough. We each reduce the stress by 1. I drive over to the command building.
You pile in.
We don't have to roll piloting for generic driving. We only have to do it for risky driving.
While they're fixing it, I turn off the turrets. And I'm watching to see if I can do anything to improve the anti-nuke and anti-air targeting. Click. What am I rolling for this?
Ring contact. And you're not
Okay.
actually touching a trigger, so I feel like you.
Well, I'm
took
rolling
your contact.
ComTech without my equipment because I give it to Watts.
I mean, your equipment's for the gizmo. The electronics tools are for fixing stuff, anyways, and this isn't a ship or station, so I don't think they'd really apply, anyways. That's a win.
I'm gonna push this. I'm pushing this second one. Wait, why is it allowing me multi-push?
You just don't check the box.
Okay.
That's there if you have a talent that allows you to push multiple times.
Yeah, give me a minute. My button is.
Yeah,
There we go.
Wescott also has Iron Will, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I have so many successes, I do it. Okay, I have so many that I take a +1 to a later roll. Can I take that option more than once?
Most of these you can only do once. Gain a
Okay.
So gain a
I do it
+1 to a
fast.
later skill related to this one.
I do it with Flare. I do it fast, and I get a +1 to the next roll. So
you don't want to use the you don't need to roll to overcome this exact same challenge in the future.
I mean,
This is a narrative skill roll, so
yes. I don't have to do this again. I just shoot the other 2 down. Okay, I don't have to do this again, and I collect information. I do it fast, and I do it with Flare. since I have 4 of them. Will my ground-based guns assist Mother?
If it's close enough to launch on us, we're close enough to fire on it.
Then I assist Mother. Click. Sergeant Pike, cavalry incoming. Assistance from the sky. Unclick.
I can hear it.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know that I shot down the nukes. Well, I would have said something while it was on the way down. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm.
Well, Doctor, is there anything else you want to check out before we get the fuck out of here? Well, why don't you go back inside and make sure that you have all the hard drives you want from that station, and we'll pack up.
I bet.
And I'm gonna grab these bodies and like pile them up outside the wall where I think the dropship could land. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not like it has to get rid of the vehicles, so. I don't know, the socks, it's a piece of shit. It's not even gonna fit on the Cheyenne anyways. No, it's bigger than the Cheyenne. Isn't the Ox that big 6-wheel vehicle? I think the Ox is that 6-wheel vehicle from Hadley's Hope, where it's like it's on that really tall suspension. So I don't think it fits inside the Cheyenne anyways. Because the APCs are pretty squat. No, in either case, it's not Marine and I don't need it anymore. So I'm gonna leave it behind.
We collect everything.
Yeah, I mean, we collect up the stuff, we shove these bodies up the ramp. Bayback gets to be on there. We keep these 3 under guard since we're bringing them on a transport.
We take the entire server rack with us.
Pike carries an entire server rack. I feel like the crew chief gets the experience of the fucking tube with the jiggling egg in it. Like, she's the pilot. She's not the crew chief. What is the name of the crew chief?
Can we get Kane to make the check to see if he passes out on his feet?
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it hasn't been long enough for the drugs to wear off yet. We got time to make it to medical on the Tambatam and for me to cool down in medical. Well, I mean, you told me that I'm making a stamina roll. But yeah, so we load up all the stuff on there, and I make I send a message up to Mother recommending full asset denial.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Otherwise, like Pike straps these three people in and sits next to them, and straps himself down into a seat, and he's got like uh he doesn't have a twitch so much as he's got like he's got himself like a constant movement tick going because he does not want to be stationary, but he knows that protocol as he sits down and straps in. So he's just got like he's constantly fiddling with something or like yeah. He's obviously trying really hard to just to stay in the seat.
Warren, yes. So Warren is contemplating whether or not he contributed enough to warrant anything of an achievement. Throwing a knife into something, being out of ammo. Yeah, that's a 0.1%er right there on the Steam board. Um, yeah, it's just like a karambit skin, whatever. Like one of these. But yeah, so Winston didn't murder a bunch of civilians. That's a huge plus.
But he did join the dark side.
So between the two characters, they're wondering when the base is gonna blow up like the last one, but really, they're just happy to be away from this biohazard of a place with the hooting aliens. Do we get a shot of this one? Oh, no, okay. We got the knife kill. Yeah, okay.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff we didn't do and didn't discover, but
But I mean, we got the knife
and
kill and a melee kill two melee kills of these things. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, three
Uh,
actually, because
I
one melee kill, another melee kill, and the dude melee kill.
I feel like I'm tasking people to do that, and I look at what I thought I needed to make a stamina roll to avoid side effects. Yep. And we did a dropship ride up, so our stress should be down another one. My stats are back to where they were.
Kind of like me when I run out of coffee. Ooh,
Pike, I I had to make 3 roller dice, so
All Wescott does is turn around, looks at Pike, and tosses him her away stash of chocolate covered coffee beans.
Pike knows better than to eat your coffee beans. He's gonna go. He's gonna tell. He's gonna tell Winston like where we need to make a stop and then go to medical to report on everything. So we stop by the troop base so that I can just I open the panel for one of the food dispensers and grab the supply pack out of the dispenser. Basically. So he's just like, as he's walking down the hall to go to medical, he's just like occasionally squeezing this big bag of nutrition paste into his mouth.
like a bagpipe full of food.
Yeah. I mean, before, as,
Mm.
I guess
I mean,
that's
does he
technically
do this?
everybody.
I mean, does he do this like when we're first taking the stuff off while I'm still there, or? I probably I I mean it's attached to my bag, so I'm probably the one to take it off the ship. Well, I didn't give it to the crew chief. I was like narratively it'll be funny when the crew chief sees this thing. It's like what the fuck? It's wiggling. I just looked at it and go, that could have been useful. But 45 minutes ago. Yeah. There I think Pike just I just like I shrug, I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, look at my record. There are so many things that I do not see. It's fine. I'm not going to remember this when I take 3 steps from here. Besides, I need to go to medical and get some food. You should probably do that somewhere else, though, if you don't want more people that need to forget shit.
I could just hear Pike's squelch walk, squelch walk, squelch walk, since his suit is half full of blood.
Oh no, I feel like
It's just swimming in it.
I feel
Yeah.
like Pike, the unceremonious Pike, like he dropped the bag, gave him the thing, and while he was doing that, he's just stripping off the hazmat suit. The deck is disgusting. His like his uniform is sticking to him. He's so sweated out, and then there's just like the smell of the blood. And it's got all the and it's still got all the milk on it that's now on the deck too. Like he just makes a fucking mess.
The cooked out sweat.
So as he turns to leave Bayback, he says, "There, they'll look at that first." You're welcome. Also,
The smell makes him puke after nothing else has.
a Bayback. Good fucking job. I need to go get a bag of nutrient paste. I'm so fucking hungry. Come on, Winston, we gotta go to medical. I mean, he's just gonna. I mean, he's probably just gonna walk in there with Winston and say, Doc, I got something to talk to you about. Maybe the nurses should leave. And then he runs down, gives his full like, this is how I feel. This is how the drugs were. This my body fucking hurts. I'm pretty sure the pain in my neck is not related to the drugs, but he closed that off. I don't know. And I'm really hungry. I am really thirsty, and I'm really fucking tired.
The worst part is you're probably sprained everywhere.
Yeah, he fully utilized that juice. So he had the best workout he's ever had in his life. Wait, you haven't had a gym day that laid you out for 2 weeks? Yeah, he gives all that report. The only other thing that I would say Pike would want to do before going into hypersleep is he'd want to go into Warren's locker and like take out his chest plate and scrawl on it knife slinger and then put the plate back in. Yeah, because like all the in the movie they all had like the art and stuff, and I've described Pike's the stuff that he's accumulated over like the note, like the ain't got time for all the time that he got hit with automatic fire and just walked through the bullets, or like he got the stuff. It's the art to denote like the trophies, the achievements, the personalization. So because of that incredibly epic knife kill that Warren did, he felt the need. Warren's the first one to earn his armor art.
Oh yeah.
And now next time he goes into his locker, his plate is just gonna have like a little like drawn on knife with like the little action arrows for it spinning, and it just says like knife slinger.
Yeah.
And then after action reports, and I do want to write up Warren for a commendation.
Ooh.
I like the idea that was like we've got 20 minutes and I'm fucking gross. So he takes a digital pad with him into the showers. So he like soaps up and then stands under the shower head and writes the commendation while he's in the shower, and then just like walks over to the little micro office, submits it while he's still naked and wet, and then like he just like walks through the troop bay like that. I mean, the way he grew up, like that's just whatever.
At
And
a
then
certain point, walking through the troop bay naked is just kind of assumed.
and then he just like walks, and then he just walks like he passes by his locker to grab a pair of boxes on his way to crawl into the tube still wet.
That would suck.
Wescott would probably just do her standard check on her peeps, shuffle them along, snacky them up, get them through the showers, back into their tubes.
Oh yeah, we definitely all need showers.
A
Yeah,
nice,
everyone who's been
relaxing
through LARP
shower.
week, anyone who's ever been through LARP week knows that a bunch of sweaty nerds, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would argue
I succeeded.
Warren-
I brought my command back, even with aliens and nukes in my face.
He
He
tried
was
to do
failing his
things.
stress rolls. Because
He got
his
the
agenda
most.
is getting back to do downtime, so.
Nice.
Yeah. Watts ran
Well,
back out into the alien land for his buddy, even though he didn't do very well.
Um, I mean, so Pike took the point and keeps bubble wrapping Westcott into tech jobs to keep her out of danger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about let's see, did Watts? I mean, he joined the fight, but he didn't take the heat off for anybody.
Well, he yelled really loud, and then an alien went after him. So I mean, that was kind of like a little bit of heat off of you. No.
He could have just stayed inside the building and shot the ones in there from there. He went back outside. Mm-hmm.
Who is Winston's buddy?
Winston? Nobody.
Okay.
Yep. Warren is Watts, and then Rival is Pike. So is Winston.
Okay.
Yeah, Warren, I'm not 100% on that, but I wrote that down in like session 2, I think. So let's reverse that. So Warren has a buddy, which is Watts, and Winston has a rival, which is Pike. And then they don't have a buddy and a rival, respectively. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the conversation now that you've joined the dark side.
Yeah. There's a couple moments, and there's a couple new moments that are gonna happen, I think, and it's gonna be nice. Yeah.
I mean, I've taken the time, like with the last session, with making Winston deal with the fact that I bludgeoned a man to death. So like I've been doing stuff like that, but I didn't do anything this session.
No. That you're supposed to protect, in a sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we all pass the observation to watch him be overly familiar with an alien egg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
For sure. Warren for that epic fucking knife kill.
And
Watts and
soloing.
Pike for fixing the APC that we ended up not using, or whatever it is. Record time.
This is the first time that Winston has had to save someone from death. I feel like the first time I feel like is an important thing. And he's stabilized.
That's an
Yeah.
NPC. That
That's
doesn't
the
count.
thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, Pike
PC.
popped his proverbial neck cherry, so I mean,
You're the one who brought in the phrasing, man. Okay, I giggle every time I see King go gallon of water because I see Pike doing gallon of nutrition paste.
yeah.
I don't even think it has a nipple. I think he just bit the corner off and is sucking it out. It's meant
Like
to
a
go
milk
inside a
bag.
machine. Why would it have a nipple for a person to drink out of it?
I like the idea that during the interview with the CMO.
I don't know.
Why
Oh,
are we
I
doing that
accidentally
stuff?
I accidentally clicked on the sheet.
So I like the idea that during the interview with the CMO, he had the nutrition bag in one hand, and he just like reached out an arm to the doc when he went in there and said, "Just go ahead and hook me up for hydration." So just like on.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a McDonald's one where it's you pull the thing and then you just dip it, and then the whole thing goes in the machine. But like that's the McDonald's one. I've worked at McDonald's a few times. It sucked every time.
Wouldn't make money. Nope.
Nice. Winston gets paid.
I'm going to enjoy this next downtime session. This is going to be hilarious. Because if we don't get like an entire session of downtime, like our penis, I'll be sad before the next mission. Yes, in between the first and second, yeah. I'm putting point number 4 into close combat because she is totally planning on challenging Pike again. She's now up to 6 points when she rolls. She
The
has 4
boxing
die in close
montage.
combat now.
I just closed Foundry.
Oh no, she just wants to duel Pike again. She doesn't even care about anybody else. Mm-hmm.
I really want to just sink a ton more points in the close combat now that I know about the counterattack thing. So like because it doesn't use so when I do my blocks, instead of dealing with the same thing attacking me like 3 more times, I can just be like, "You tried to punch me, so I exploded you with my rocket fist. Get out of here."
I think Warren and Winston both have 3 in close combat and a 4 and 3 in strength. So this is gonna go well.
This is
Yes.
gonna be cool.
Oh gosh. Watts is gonna have like the most interesting time of it, I think.
The
Yeah.
betting.
Well, he's dropping 1 point in contact since he actually passed the contact roll.
Oh.
Yes, he did.
He has the opportunity to spend the XP without having to spend like 8 hours of being tutored.
He's gonna put 2 points into contact just so I don't have to deal with this again. Yeah, so. I'm waiting for one of these moments to come around when Pike is on the meds and Wescott actually gets to command troll him into doing something. I'm waiting for that opportunity. It did not come up this last session, this last mission.
Getting him out of overkill.
Yes. I want to totally do that one of these times before, we all die.
We'll get the opportunity.
Pike keeps bubble wrapping her so she can't. She's being held out of every combat because he keeps hiding her in the corner.
He wants to maintain, in his mind, he's maintaining the chain of command. But he's also like, this person is so little and so good at their job.
Yeah, I literally have dumped 3 points into close combat since they had their last one-on-one. This is going to happen again, and it's going to be a moment. Yes, I'm excited.
Well, you got us in the first half. I ain't gonna lie. But when it came to having so many of those pale things against us, and then seeing the actual amount of turns that they had, I wasn't really sure if we were gonna be able to make it out of there. Yeah, it did, but then the nukes were coming, and I mean there was a whole lot of stacks, and I think it went well. I think it went well. Everyone survived.
I was looking forward to grabbing one of those neomorphs and just like suplexing him off the roof. But I ended up blocking twice instead, and then the counter punch was nice, but I ended up having to not get my throat ripped out. But I was like looking at the amount of stuff happening in the initiative, and I was like, I with being attacked 6 times around with 2 blocks, like I'm never gonna fight unless I just accept taking like lethal results that don't involve instant. Like that's where I was talking. I was like, I will only block if it rolls a 6 on its attack type. Anything else, I'm just gonna rely on my stamina.
And it worked
Because
out.
otherwise, this is I'm just gonna eventually die, and I'm just dragging it out. And Pike is too aggressive for that. Pike is dry. Pike, compared to the other characters, Pike is the one that is driving the hardest towards a particular ending for this campaign. Like, just the stuff that he's doing and the decisions that he's making with the team, like he's definitely pushing the party towards a particular outcome.
It's also the sergeant.
Yeah, I mean, anything the General Vaughn's whole like, hey, find me the evidence that I need to prove that they did this. Bring back everything that you can, bring back all the intel you can find. Like that speaks to Pike. And Pike is in charge right now. He's very much like, hey, like if I can find enough stuff to justify an open war with the UPP, we can just be done with this fucking thing. It's like we did it 20 years ago. Why don't we just fucking do it again with these guys? Like,
But
they're
I do
fucking
feel that
around
we're
and they're
kind
not
of
finding
like,
out yet.
yeah. So one of the things that I've been thinking about is, and I don't want to like possibly be on a spoiler here, but when, all right, well, Mother, just all about Mother and the fact that it's connecting to the communications relay and everything else was just like this whole thing to me, and I was like, okay, well, it feels like the corporations and Mother and stuff like that are way too involved in this particular situation.
I mean, something to note about the fluff for the mother system is it doesn't make its own decisions.
No, but like,
It's got its preset directives that it's supposed to follow, and I mean, half our budget comes from Wayland Yutani, so
right, but like, so does the UPPs, I'm sure.
The UPP has a different company sponsor,
Okay, okay.
and it's not as involved in Wayland Yutani because they're not. I mean, one of the big things that's supposed to be about the UP, like it's supposed to be a cartoonish, hyperbolic, like we as the United Americas are every silly or negative trope about hypercapitalism. That's,
Yeah,
I mean, a private, like a Wayland Yutani owns half the military, like that's, and the UPP is supposed to be every like extreme version of communism. So like the corporations don't have any monetary control over the politics in the same way that Wayland owns half of our budget. But they have their own scientific firms and companies that provide a lot of their own research. The guy that I brutally murdered, government, it's like, oh, it wasn't even that. He didn't care that that guy nuked the colony. He was just like, oh, he's a UPP officer. He dies. I don't fucking care. He's dead. So,
and as you're like walking away, the person's still telling you stuff, and you're like, yeah, I got this.
I'm waiting to see what our like our after actions meeting looks like, because this mission is a mess.
I mean,
And I mean, we got some war crimes. Hey, did we remember to take a fighting Joe too?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it landed right outside. We could have.
Pike wouldn't have. If somebody else might have, then you guys could have dragged.
Well, I
Pike
mean,
wouldn't have
she
cared.
might have. I think Wescott might have, because she thinks because she's more computer oriented, and went, why would I just leave it right there when I can just make Watts drag it to? Yeah, there's like 3 of them right here,
yeah.
and I can just make Watts drag one to the ship for me. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one.
So we'll drag
and
a
then
fighting
two in
a
the
Joe
thing.
to the ship too, just because.
Okay.
But I want brownie points for proving UPP made a war crime, okay? Or a crime against
Not
humanity,
just
not
us.
even a war crime.
They cancel each other out, right? That's the point.
As far as Pike is concerned, he didn't do anything wrong.
But
he killed a military officer then on the enemy team.
yeah. Westcott is saying nothing about it because she didn't see it, so she doesn't even know it happened. And that is what she's standing by.
Pike's putting it in his own after action. Yeah, it was UPP officers, so I beat him to death.
Wescott goes, "What, officer? There was a dead body outside." Shrugs.
As far as Pike is concerned, that guy was infiltrating this group so that he could attack us from the inside. I eliminated
Yeah.
a threat.
I mean, as far as Westcott was concerned, she's a comtech, not a doctor.
Guy's laying on the ground, his skull caved in. I don't have a medical license. I can't declare that dead.
Yeah. Oh, that's how that worked. Okay.
I blew it up.
Why do I have a feeling she would have let us get nuked if she could get her information and stuff she wanted?
I mean,
Probably.
Pike's of the same mindset, though, right? Like, we have stuff to do. Marines die. Like the goal is to complete a task with the fewest casualties possible, knowing that there will probably be casualties. If there are
Yeah.
casualties, then they died for the mission. Die well.
Mm.
Yeah, or the other
So
all the other Marines that came with us are on separate missions elsewhere.
I'm just trying to figure out how many people on the Navy ship side have to be fucked up for us, the Marine landing unit, to be in command of the control center of a ship.
But the fluff is that there isn't Navy on the ship. It's a Marine ship, so there's only Marines on it.
Okay, but still.
Yeah. It's future space ages.
Look, I am firmly convinced that
you gotta have a certain degree of suspense of disbelief. You want your scary thought. While we are on the ship and Mother's automating things, Pike is the captain of the ship. Yeah, I have Pike has the authorization to override some of what Mother does, But there's other things that are just like baked in at a command level that's beyond the ship that he cannot change. But it does mean that technically Pike has access to a nuclear arsenal.
God, why?
I mean, if you
So does that mean Wescott actually got 04? Yeah. Uh,
you succeeded at the quick time event, so we didn't have to deal with the bonus level.
Wescott, when she gets a moment, is doing a happy dance in the troop bay. Going the and then she gets in the pod. She may have done it and waited till the others were sleeping before she did it.
I just have a little bit of news because I was catching up on Discord while I was kind of just staying silent for a minute or two. And the Montreal Swordmeisters tournament, which is a Canada-wide tournament for a long sword and saber, one of our fencers in the club just made silver in the longsword division.
Nice.
Etienne. Well, it's Canada-wide. No.
Damn.
Clearly, somebody
There's
needs to go to
nothing
bed.
whatsoever. No, I've always hated fencing against him because he's just ridiculous. But Etienne, if you're ever out there listening to this random show about aliens, yeah, congratulations. You earned it. Yeah.
Congrats on placing.
Yeah.
Think so. I am a little sad that I didn't that knife killed it. I was gonna grab him and suplex it off the roof.
And then die trying.
I mean, Pike has 9 hit points. He can take a fall to the ground.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Think about it. Wescott has 2 plus toughness, so 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah.